Hi guys, so this is my second video and today's topic is on vocal exercises. If any of you have seen my previous video or any of the other ones on my channel, you'll realise that I'm making these to help you curb your performance anxiety, to make you feel more comfortable when performing in front of an audience. So my last video on breath control will be really useful if you apply the techniques used in that video on these exercises. So with me personally, I create like a workout routine, so I do things in reps of 3. I use these to feel warm before a gig and every day. It just makes me feel really prepared. If other warm-ups work better for you, then that's absolutely fine, but this is just my routine. So first off, jaw shakes. Clasp your hands together in front of you like this. Let your mouth hang just a little bit, and then you shake your hands like this. It's really attractive, but it's really good for just loosening all these muscles here and getting you ready to sing, to be honest. So then let your arms drop and your chin drop onto your chest, and you're going to do a body roll all the way down to floor, all the way up, and you just feel each vertebra just really like, I didn't know the word for this in my other video either, like unpop. Like you feel it all like this kind of thing. So then I'd roll my shoulders back 3 times, and then I roll them forward 3 times, and then I'd just do that whole thing again 2 more times. So all of it from the jaw shaking and stuff. It's just, if you create your own creating your own routine of warm-ups, it's really great if you especially get nervous because you've sort of done your routine, you've sort of ingrained it in here and you know that you feel as prepared as you possibly can do. It might help you feel more relaxed, knowing that you've warmed up in a way that works for you as well. So exercise 1, we're going to work on some lip trills starting on middle C. And this is going to be done on arpeggio. For men, if it's easier, just start down the octave. I can't even reach that. Again. That sounds lovely. So yeah, I'm just going to start on C. Like that. So when you do lip trills, get 2 fingers here. And you just carry on like that, basically as high as you can go, but make sure when you're getting like, you're not going, because you're just really pushing to try and get those high notes out. Don't do that, just try and keep it as quiet as possible, to be honest. Be careful to not go louder the higher you go. You don't want to be forcing and pushing notes out. For some people it helps as you go higher to imagine a red dot or a ball. So when you're like all the way up there, when you're going, I can't do it. When you imagine your red ball, the higher you go, just imagine it dropping. Imagine it dropping the higher you go, and you trick your larynx into thinking, oh, I don't need to be, falling out my face. You don't need your larynx to be going really high. This should try and help stop the urge to push and raise your larynx too much, as no one wants to be choking on their larynx, and it's just going to cause voice fatigue, and you just won't have as good stamina when you're singing. So that's the end of exercise 1. Moving on to exercise 2. This will cover 1.5 octave, so octave and a half. Again using the arpeggio, but it's on a G, so like a G. It's going to sound really dopey, but it's very glottal. And this should help you also create your mixed voice. This warm-up helps me get over bridges successfully and transition into combining my head voice and my chest voice to create sort of like a mixed register. Again, remember to keep the larynx low, even when you're going higher. Science time! Yay, science time with Dannii. Your two main vocal muscles are called your CT and your TA muscles. I can try and say those for you. Your cricothyroid and your thyroarytenoid. In case you haven't noticed, I can't say that one. So basically your CT and your TA, and these control the length of your vocal folds. The CT muscle contracts and it tips the thyroid cartilage forward. Your vocal folds are attached to the back of the thyroid cartilage, so it means that they become stretched and elongated, which creates a higher, thinner sound, aka your head voice. So now your TA muscles do the opposite of this. When they are contracted, they become shorter and wider and generally create a lower, heavier sound, and this is known as your chest voice. If you try and pull your chest voice up, your muscles start, constricting, and they overstretch, and it's like pinging an elastic band. They just go up, and that's what creates that the kind of a break in someone's voice when they go from being really, really belting to then their voice just sort of, it's a bit like a fart in the wind, it just goes. Great analogy there. So that's what that is. I try and do it for you, but I actually really can't sing at the moment, which is great. So after that little fun fact, now you know what is actually going on in your voice. We're going to try and do it with the G, with the GOOG, with the glottal sound. Alright, so that again is... Oh, I've gone all out of focus there. Here she is. Okay, so starting on that middle C. Go. So make sure your jaws are really floppy as well, using those jaw shakes. That's why we did them. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. And you're just gonna go up. Do that. I really can't sing. Sorry. So yeah, then you're just going to go up until you can sort of go as high as you possibly can, without screaming or damaging, and just really focusing on keeping that larynx really low. Imagine the ball dropping again when you think of the higher notes. Whoop, just drop the ball, and that should really help. So that's exercise number 2. This exercise will help unblock all 3 resonating chambers, these being your chest, your pharynx, and your head voice. So we're going to do a good old trusty siren. We'll start on a hoo, going to a he, then to a ha. The hoo is probably going to be resonating in your head, like your head voice, just above your brow bone. The he is then going to allow that hoo to slip back into the pharynx, aka your nose. Not a nose, but it's like a very nasal, abrasive sound. So on the hair, you want to lean into it, and that's your mixed voice. This siren should help you figure out the correct placements of each part of your voice, and I bet you there'll be less breaks when doing so. So, it's going to be a ooh. To mix. That's going to be your mix register sort of thing. It would sound a lot nicer, but it doesn't at the moment. Sorry. So if you practice these 3 every day, I'll just do a quick recap. So we had the lip trills starting with middle C. Make sure you've got your 2 fingers here. And then exercise 2 was the GOOG sound going up the octave and a half register, which unfortunately I wasn't much help with because of my disgusting voice at the moment. And then exercise 3 is the who, the he, the ha, which is going to make sure that you know exactly all 3 of your resonating chambers and how to locate them and access them when possible. yeah, so that was just a brief little introductory video. If you do these every day, and especially if you do them before a gig, just make sure you've got that habit in place. I mean, just creating a habit and a routine is probably key out of all of my videos, to be honest, to make you just feel more secure. So hopefully this will help you in combating nerves and make you feel a little bit more comfortable in your ability, because I've got no doubt that you're probably great, but just need to have a little bit of a push and get into a habit and make sure you are warming up every single day. But yeah, that's the end of my second tutorial video, and I hope you enjoyed it.